Hello friends, today's video is for the assignment cycle June 2024. This is for the semester 4 of supply chain management. Subject is international logistics and supply chain management. Question 1. An international athleisure brand is planning its foray in the Indian market but is unsure of whether to begin by importing its range of athleisure wares in India from its contract manufacturer located outside India, or contracting a domestic Indian manufacturer to produce and supply its range of athleisure wares. Help the company in its supply chain planning and suggest a supply chain strategy for its Indian foray. We can start with the chapter 1, international logistics and supply chain management, and then we go with outsourcing and offshoring, an emerging trend in international trade, and then we move to factors driving global supply chain management. You have a multiple informations in the different chapters, but try to stick to this scenario, take the key points out of it, and then write your answer. I'll just take you through the chapter information here, page number 14, international logistics and supply chain management. So basic information, you can take it from here, start as intro, and then you go ahead with 32. Outsourcing and offshoring as an emerging trend in international trade. A basic info, you can write it down, how the athleisure organization is planning, what does it call. It's definitely looking to establish in India. So definitely the base is not in India, they are coming to India. Then factors driving, see page number 44. Factors driving global supply chain management, why they are coming up and what are the things they have to look for when they're coming here. Then the other factors what are going to be important for them is to okay, basic thing is write it as importing, what are the pros and cons, and domestic pros and cons when they want to import it from outside India, and then inside India, domestic Indian. Then suggested strategy will be like evaluate cost-based analysis, assess regulatory and compliance requirements, establish partnership, monitor and adapt. So certain factors you can look up these kind of strategies when they are coming up with this kind of a business. So what kind of strategies or what kind of factors which they have to consider. So elaborate on these factors. Okay, question 2. An Indian manufacturer of copper wire wants to expand its international market by exporting to two countries, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Explain the various factors to be considered in planning the logistics for the export expansion and suggest the appropriate choice of logistics strategy. It might be in-house, third party, fourth party for the same. Let's see. So operational and strategic issues in global logistics, we will find it in chapter 4. Yeah, strategies here. Then you can find the issues in global logistics, you can find it, but write it relevance connecting back to this story. Okay, then critical factors considering in supply chain planning. Let's see critical factors, we will go back here. These are the critical factors considering. Then logistics and supply chain strategies, we will go by one step back again. Here comes logistics and supply chain strategies. Okay, so now outsourcing is another factor which we have to consider, that is in page number 79. Three PL, 4PL, in-house, has to be logistics outsourcing strategies, how and what are the factors has to be considered. Now you have to take it information in all the things, and then keep in mind that you also mention regulatory and compliance requirements, transportation models, infrastructure, port facilities, packaging and handling requirements, local partnership, documentation and export procedures. So these factors you try to mention in your answer some appropriate locations while you're answering. What has happened is here is a very big information available for you, so cutting and making appropriate to question answer this question will is going to be a little challenge, but yeah, it's not very difficult. Okay. Question 3. An Indian chemical manufacturing company has been facing stiff competition in domestic market from imports. While there is a strong demand for the product, cheaper imports from other countries such as China, USA and Thailand have limited the growth potential for the company. The company is therefore exploring sources its products from several low-cost suppliers based in these countries. Example, sorry. For the question 1 is identify the key factors the company must consider for procurement from these countries. How can it organize its international procurement functions to ensure smooth procurement on a regular basis? And question B is explain the role of government agencies in such international procurement. What related procedural aspects will the company have to handle additionally for such international procurements? So here we find it international purchasing and procurement system, then process, then you have policies, principles and policies. So we start from page number 91. International purchase procurement system. Principles and policies. Process. Process is here. This is the procurement process. So these three informations you can write it down, and then the key points is like cost, quality, reliability, supplier relation, compliance and risk management. To organize international procurement, centralized procurement team, supplier management, supplier relationship management, technology, cross-functional collaborations, continuous improvement. So these are the other points which you have to elaborate in detail for supporting your answer. For the part B, export sales contract and its constituents, 104, page number. Export and sales contract and its constituencies, you can write down a little detail. Examples will be a good option to take up what has been given here as a form, but I think you can just keep it to the point, because here we only need 500 words. The key points what you can consider is custom clearance, trade agreement, export controls, risk assessments and compliance, government support. So these are the factors you can keep in mind. I mean, there are other factors also, but keep very relevance to the answer to meet it in 500 words. Okay. Thank you so much. All the best.